This video is brought to you by the patrons over at Dandyland and viewers like you. You ever have that situation where you come across the most perfect item of clothing? Something that fits your style so completely that that item is somehow enhanced? An item with history and depth and a color palette that challenges your wardrobe in such a way that it is an actual must-have. In all my years of dressing, I've come across a few pieces like that, but none were as challenging and alluring as this. What's up, folks? My name's Dandy Wellington. I do videos on jazz, style, and culture, and this is the Croquet Striped Blazer from Rowing Blazers. Wow. I mean, this blazer is next level. It's colorful yet balanced, flashy yet classic, and to someone like me, it's both a statement piece and a staple. It's the kind it's the kind of piece that is a fabulous challenge, and once solved will be in my wardrobe for years to come. I know it. But before we get into styling this piece, let's talk about how we met. It was August 2014, and out of the blue, I got an email from this guy named Jack Carlson. It was an invitation to the launch of his book called Rowing Blazers that was happening at the Ralph Lauren store on 5th Avenue. Now, I don't remember how he got my email, but it was a book about the history and culture of this truly classic item. So, of course, I was interested. So I RSVP'd and I called up my friend, Mike Davis. A great time was had by all. The Winklevoss twins were there, amongst others. It was fun. And in the end, those two words, Rowing Blazers, registered in my mind as something else. A book, an event, and this guy, Jack Carlson. One day, years later, I'm scrolling through Instagram and I see this photo by my good friend Rose Callahan. Then this photo by another photographer. Then this one. And all of a sudden, my mind reels. Here is a possibly perfect and impossible blazer. This was the signature blazer that launched Rowing Blazers from a book to a brand. And it's like perfect. I mean, a single-breasted 3-roll-2 silhouette with 3 patch pockets, no vents and brass buttons. An unlined blazer made of 75% wool, 25% cotton, milled in England and made in New York. In a recent conversation I had with Jack, he told me that the original design for the Croquet Striped Blazer was created by his girlfriend Keziah Beall and based on a vintage Jacquees croquet wicket. She created the design in Microsoft Paint. Epic. Looking at the details of the sport of croquet led her to create the original design. This marriage of tradition and whimsy brought to life created the Croquet Striped Blazer. I've pined for this blazer since 2017. It's been like a reoccurring dream, bounding in and out of my consciousness for 3 years. And thanks to Jack and the team at Rowing Blazers, I finally have one. Now, I've got to figure out how to style it. Give me a sec. Give me a sec. It's gorgeous. It is just gorgeous. When thinking about how to style this jacket, I have to focus on three things. I have to focus on color, pattern, and silhouette. Let's start with color. Now, I can't get too hung up on the fact that there's a lot of colors. I gotta deal with the quality of color, right? They aren't necessarily so bright. They're a little bit muted. So the pink here, it's a little muted. The yellow here, it's a little bit muted. Even this red, I wouldn't necessarily call this a full fire engine red, right? Also, there are two neutrals in this jacket. We've got a black stripe that's very prominent, happening multiple times on each side, and then we've also got a brown, which is also very prominent. So these two neutrals are really going to help me out. When it comes to styling specifically based on color, there's a few things I can do. I can match things identically. Maybe go to this blue, go to this pink, or I can go with something that's complementary. If this was a jacket that had every color, that color based on tone should fit seamlessly into what the jacket is already doing. Maybe I can go for a purple or an orange, but the tone of those colors need to feel like they're cohesive with what the jacket is already doing. The next thing I want to focus on is pattern. When it comes to pattern mixing, that's something that I do all the time. I'm very comfortable with it, but with this jacket, I have to focus on a few key points when it comes to pattern mixing. Now, you have these broad stripes going down this jacket. Now notice, they're not too wide, they're not too thin, they're kind of just in the middle. So to play it safe, going with a smaller scale pattern is really gonna help me out so that I don't get into a situation where it's too cluttered. When it comes to pattern, I wanna be aware of where on my body I put those extra patterns. I'm gonna focus on smaller parts of my body, right? I'm probably not gonna wear patterned trousers with this blazer because I'm gonna get into a situation where large parts of my body have these extreme and intense patterns. So to tone it down, to balance it out, I'll go with a waistcoat, I'll go with a shirt, I'll go with a tie or something like that that can handle the pattern and bring more vibrancy. Yes, more vibrancy can be brought to this blazer. Bring more vibrancy to it, but at the same time not overwhelming and cluttering up this outfit. Finally, silhouette. Because this blazer is crafted based on tradition, no vents, right? A little bit boxier. I'm gonna wanna go with something a little bit fuller. Maybe a pair of trousers that's a little bit of a wider leg. Not too wide, but at least wide enough where it feels like it's comfortably laying under this blazer. I wouldn't want to go with a skinny trouser and none of that like hashtag menswear trouser, because what you're gonna have is a jacket that's almost too wide on top, going down to very, very skinny, almost bird legs. Also, the weight of the fabric. This is something that I've become a real nerd about lately, because if I wear a pair of trousers or even shorts that is way too light, I'm talking like a silk, right? Or a very, very light gabardine. These fabrics don't feel similar at all because this is a wool cotton blend, 75% wool. So it's on the heavier side. So I'll want to get a pair of trousers that's a similar weight so that when I'm moving through the world, the fabrics are moving similarly. Paying attention to the weight of fabric will help bring two totally separate items together in a better way. It'll feel more cohesive, more like they're part of the same idea, even though they're separate pieces of clothing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put together 3 outfits, 3 levels of difficulty, so that you can get a sense of how I style a blazer like this. I'm so excited. Like, I've been waiting to wear this blazer for 3 years. So here we are. In this first look, simple is the name of the game. A white cotton dress shirt and a pair of light wool black vintage trousers keep the croquet striped blazer center stage. An open collar's too casual for this gent. Instead, he's wrapped in silk. A silk ascot, that is. To complete this look, a vintage boater and a pair of spectator penny loafers, both sporting black for all occasions. Peep those socks. This next look trades the white button-down for something pink and the black trousers for something blue. A pair of cobalt blue pleated trousers are the perfect complement to that Oxford pink barrel cuff button-down shirt. Want more color? How about that woven silk bow tie in a small scale check? That'll add color with no clutter. And since blue's on the menu, why not make it royal and match belt with this custom cap from Cordova? And in conversation with the brown in blazer and belt, these vintage brown and cream correspondent shoes complete the carefully curated look. In this third look, cream is the order of the day. This vintage trouser and vest combo really sings. Wide leg trousers and shawl collar details add to this look's light foundation. Even those cap-toe spectators want to get in on the action. There they are in brown and cream. If you're looking for color, pink and blue are back in vogue, but with a tonal treatment. A light pink patterned button-down with club collar serves as a springboard for this light blue bow tie from Le New Papillon. Speaking of pale blue, get a load of that boater. Now that's quite a topper. So there you have it, some insight into how I would style the Croquet Striped Blazer from Rowing Blazers. For full details on the outfit, go over to my Instagram and you'll see the full rundown. Which outfit was your favorite, and how would you incorporate this blazer into your wardrobe? Let me know in the comments below. I want to give a big shout out to Jack and the whole team from Rowing Blazers. Thank you so much for creating this piece of magic sartorialism. I really appreciate it. It brings me joy in 2020, and God, you know we need a little bit of joy in 2020. Yes, we do. This program was brought to you by my patrons. Hey patrons, how you doing? To become a patron, check out the link in the description below. And also, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the bell so you can get notifications. My name's Dandy Wellington, and I'll see you soon. Thank you to my patrons for keeping the lights on and the ice cream flowing.